As an American Baptist minister and activist, Martin Luther King Jr. was prominent in the civil rights movement between 1955 and 1968. As the son of pioneering civil rights activist Martin Luther King Sr. and an African-American church leader, King advanced civil rights for people of color in the United States through nonviolence and peaceful disobedience. In response to Jim Crow laws and other forms of discrimination, he led targeted, nonviolent resistance inspired by his religious beliefs and Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent activism. King participated in and led marches for the right to vote, desegregation, labor rights, and other civil rights. 1. He oversaw the 1955 Montgomery bus boycott and later became the first president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC. In 1963, he helped organize some nonviolent protests in Birmingham, Alabama, while serving as president of the SCLC. The "I Have a Dream" speech was delivered on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial as part of the 1963 March on Washington. King was one of the main leaders of the march. As a result of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act of 1968, the civil rights movement achieved a number of significant legislative gains.
There is a persistent and urgent question in life. What are you doing to help others? We will remember our friends' silence, not our enemies' words, in the end. Infinite hope can never be lost, even in the midst of finite disappointment. Light is the only thing capable of driving out darkness. In order to drive out hatred, only love is capable of doing so. One day, people will no longer be judged by their skin color, but by their character's content. Love is what I will stick to. The burden of hatred is too overwhelming to bear. In the end, it is not the oppression and cruelty of the bad people but the silence of the good people about it that is the ultimate tragedy. It is not where a man stands in moments of comfort and convenience that determines the value of his character, but where he stands during challenging and controversial times. Either we learn to live together as brothers or we perish together as fools. A victim of oppression must demand freedom from their oppressor. Freedom is never given voluntarily by the oppressor. Conscientious stupidity and sincere ignorance are the most dangerous things in the world. Only love has the power to turn an enemy into a friend. Justice everywhere is threatened by injustice anywhere. The true leader is not one who searches for consensus, but one who molds it. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. We have guided missiles and misguided men. Regardless of what you do with your life, do it with excellence. Men should do their jobs so well that they cannot be surpassed by the living, the dead, and the unborn. The old law an eye for an eye left everyone blind. It is always right to do the right thing at the right time. The individual has not begun living until he can raise his individualistic concerns above the broader concerns of humanity as a whole. It is essential that man develop a method for handling human conflicts that reject revenge, aggression, and retaliation. A method based on love is the foundation for such an approach. When a man refuses to stand up for what's right, he dies. When a man refuses to stand up for justice, he is dead. The death of a man comes when he doesn't fight for what is right.